Get ready for the grand final of Full Metal Challenge. Welcome to the grand final of Full Metal Challenge, the ultimate test of man and machine. Over the last 12 weeks, 27 teams of ingenious engineers and dangerous drivers have collided head-on to see who has the ultimate endurance vehicle.
12 weeks ago, 27 teams from around the globe took on our Full Metal Challenge. They started out with a budget of only $3,000 and a time limit of just 30 days to build their dream machines. This is what they came up with.
Over the last 12 weeks, we've put those vehicles and their drivers through every insult we could possibly dream up in 9 games designed to make them scream in agony.
And even screaming wasn't enough. Next, they'd be subjected to FMC's ruthless law of the jungle. In the heats, we separated the wheat from the chaff.
Whoa!
In the semis, we sorted the men from the boys and the girls. And today we're going to find out who's the daddy as we subject our 3 finalists and their killer contraptions to one last day of assaults. Let's meet them. Our first grand finalists are the Snow Diggers from Quebec in Canada. And the machine they're hoping will get them the gold, the Steel Survivor.
Our second would-be champs, the Aquaholics from Dorset in England. And the monster they hope will take them all the way, the Octopush.
And our final wannabe winners, the Desert Pumas from the Atacama Desert in Chile. And their beast with a sting in its tail, the Marabunta. Today, these teams will face for the last nerve-wracking time our league table of games. Some they'll have done before, but we've also saved our best, most gruesome game till last. But we couldn't deny ourselves sumo, so after the 3rd game, it'll be just the 2 winning teams who'll go on to that ultimate bloodbath. This time playing for the supreme title, FMC Champion of the World.
Snow Diggers, êtes-vous prêts?
¡Mesa con el Brett!
Desert Pumas, ¿están listos?
Sí, señorita! Aquaholics, are you ready? Born ready!
Then let's get on with the final.
We are in the first game of the final at Full Metal Challenge. In England, the Grand National is the most notorious horse race they have, with horse and rider barely able to complete the course. We have our own version of Full Metal Challenge called Grand International.
There's no gentle introduction to this final as we kick off with a head-to-head sprint around 2 laps of our racetrack. We've saved this game till the bitter end because only the very toughest vehicles could even attempt it. It's a steeplechase conceived and built in hell. A head-to-head race, half a mile long, with no less than 10 horribly perilous jumps en route. We've got water jumps more than 2 feet deep, fences up to 6 feet high, and the odd special treat like our log roll. First team past the finish line wins.
All right, you've seen part of the course, right? Does it intimidate you at all?
Not too bad.
You're gonna be all right?
Yes, all right.
Well, have a good one. Can't wait to see it.
Benoit's steed, the Steel Survivor, would give anyone a confidence boost. On our hills, it proved that it has oodles of power and a truckload of traction. And it's not afraid of the water either. But it's not the speediest machine and has struggled on our races against the clock. How will it fare on our steeplechase? Nestor, you've made it through everything so far. Can you make it through this?
Sí, voy a tratar por lo menos de llegar a la punta.
Yeah, he's going to try his best to.
Well, really good luck. We'll see you on the other side.
Sí.
The Marabunta is a lightweight, but ultra-maneuverable and super fast. It excelled in our time trials, and its sheer speed also helped it up and straight over our mountains. It's also passed our waterproofing test, but is it robust enough to cope with our deadliest challenge yet?
All right, man, you see it's a very rigorous course.
Uh-huh.
You think this vehicle can take it?
I think it can. I think it's going to be a very even fight. It's going to be a good one.
Okay, well, best of luck to you.
Thank
Can't
you.
wait to see how you're going to do.
Cheers.
The Octopus has no shortage of speed. We've seen those 8 driving wheels power it through races on land and in water in record-breaking times. It had a bit of early trouble on our mountains, but soon recovered its head for heights. But will that big chassis cause them trouble on our steep banks?
Well, if I was a betting man, I still wouldn't bet on this one. It really could go any way.
Teams, are we ready to race? Yeah! Let's play Grand International.
They're lined up on the starting grid and under starters' orders. And they're off! It's an incredibly fast start. But the Brits are just in front. They're powering through fence 2 towards the perilous Beecher's Brook. It has a heck of a steep drop on the far side. And the Octopus is caught. Oh, man!
The Chileans are upside down in the water jump. But with that solid roll cage, he should be okay. The paramedics are checking him out. And he seems to be fine. Thank heavens for that. Well, we did say this was only for the tough guys. Beecher's Brook is particularly deadly as the steep drop takes drivers by surprise. It stopped the Octopus, and as the Chileans came over, they must have been almost blind. And Nestor plows straight into the back of them. Good job the Marabunta is such a well-made machine.
Hey, he'll be all right. Get the old forklift out, dry him off, comb his hair, put him back in, off we go.
Nestor's fine, but I think the vehicles might need a bit more than their hair combed. He smashed into the Aquaholic's rear engine, and that engine cover might require a bit of extra medical attention. Their rollover will put the Chileans out of the race, but how on earth did that feel in the driving seat?
La verdad, o sea, desafortunadamente no lo vi. Yo solamente iba por
Fortunately,
mi
he couldn't
carril.
see a thing. He didn't realise that he'd swapped lanes and that he would be there when he went over and landed on him.
So was there anything that you could do about it? I mean, when you were there and you saw it?
En el aire no se puede frenar, así que no pude hacer nada.
In the air, you can't brake, so he couldn't do anything.
Given the force of the collision, the Aquaholics got off pretty lightly. Nestor must have piled into the back of them at about 40 miles an hour and at a very nasty angle. But luckily the damage was mostly superficial, and with all hands on deck, particularly the guilt-stricken Chilean team, they've done their emergency repairs and the Octopus is ready for some more high adrenaline action. It's down to Canada and Britain to re-attempt our deadly course, while the poor old Pumas can only sit and watch. The Brits have more speed, the Canadians are more robust. 2 laps will determine which matters most.
And there they go again! And despite seeing the Chilean crash, it's breakneck speed again! And the Brits have galloped into an early lead. But the Octopus is taking the accident site Beecher's Brook a bit more cautiously this time. And he's through! With those immense tracks, the snowdiggers seem to be able to get over anything. But have they the speed to catch the Brits?
Very close. Oh, now this is a nasty one. They're coming up to another really difficult jump. It's very steeply down into deep water and then steeply up again the other side.
But they're through, and now facing the worst jump of all, the boot. It's the steepest bank of the lot. And the Brits are high-ended. Oh man, look at that! And the Canadians have overtaken them. But they've stalled.
What happened?
They're off again.
The Brits are backing up to take another shot at it. And this time he's through, and in hot pursuit of those Canadians. Hey, come back here! He's practically vertical!
The Canadians are round and starting their second and final lap. But the Brits are stuck again.
There's no stopping those determined Canadians. They're winning at the moment, but there's a newly released Octopus hot on their heels. The Snow Diggers take features broken their stride. But the Brits are faster, and they're over it too.
Come on, Ben. We can do it. Come on, let's go.
The Octopus is within reach of the Steel Survivor. The Canadians are around the final bend, and Benoit's getting very nervous. And no wonder. But can the Brits get in front? Yes! The Brits are going to take it! Oh no, they're stuck again! And now Canada's in front. Unbelievable! The Brits are well and truly stuck this time. And the Canadians are storming home. Yes! They've done it!
That was amazing! That tank! I mean, it was practically vertical at certain points.
It was, we can't believe what Ben did on this thing. It was like, we can't believe. We always thought that our machine was meant to go everywhere, not very fast sometimes, but
Right.
it's supposed to go almost everywhere.
Well, it's been pretty much everywhere. Alcoholics, what do we think? Do we know what happened?
We'll have to go and check it out.
That was a beautiful thing when we saw him coming round and
Yeah.
overtaking. We thought
Almost
we
had it. Almost had it. But it was the logs, I think, that's...
The logs were
Yeah.
dastardly, weren't they?
They're jamming up between the
Foul.
wheels. Yeah, they're jamming up between the wheels. Just hope he hasn't damaged it too much for the next. Yeah. Right, we're up for it.
I'm not, I'm going home.
Our race is run, and we know who our thoroughbred is and who our inbred is. Let's check out the scores.
Well, they certainly worked hard for that one. The Snow Diggers put on a truly incredible show, doing unfeasible gymnastics in their huge tank to come home first for a much-deserved 3 points. The Brits give it their all to come in second for 2, and the Chileans might have thanked their stars for their early exit. They get the solo singleton.
All three teams had to emerge victorious from both heats and semis to make it here today. Let's see how the Snow Diggers did it. The Snow Diggers started with gusto in their semi, leaving their opponents standing in King of the Hill. And if that was impressive, their performance in Pitfall was nothing short of incredible.
But the Steel Survivor struggled to get to grips with round 3's roller coaster. Luckily, they only needed to finish in order to get through to Sumo.
And despite a spirited defence from the Body Snatchers, the Steel Survivors' sheer stature won through for a pushover victory. But can they keep their cool going into the final? We're going to see the Canadian team holding that trophy up at the end of the day.
That would be so awesome.
All right, well, best of luck. Keep up the good driving.
One game down and they're starting to sweat. So let's turn up the heat with Pitfall.
Oh, my word!
It's the closest ever battle on our favorite fire-fueled football field.
Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the grand final of Full Metal Challenge and more vehicular insanity.
And the Snow Diggers are in the lead because of this.
But the Desert Pumas have a deadly machine and they're not afraid to use it. Have a look at this. The Pumas made a clean sweep in their qualifying heat, but their semi was a different story.
Round 1, King of the Hill, saw them come a close second to the Ice Vikings, and they got the same result in bumper cars.
But Wetropolis turned out to be water off a duck's back for the tiny Marabunta. The Pumas were once again in the sumo ring.
They battled for all they were worth, but the end result came down to the refs.
There's a Pumas.
The Chileans were through, but will their luck hold for the final?
Well, best of luck with the rest of today.
Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias.
And more good driving.
We are are in the second game of the finals at Full Metal Challenge. This is Pitball. 3 cars and 1 steel ball that's on fire. So let's go.
The rules are the same as ever. Get control of the ball and kick it up the crater's edge. But this time there's a twist. Goalposts. So today, accuracy as well as speed will be the order of the day. As ever, it's all 3 hastily repaired vehicles in it together, racing to put the ball through one of our 3 goalposts. Each team can attack any goal. After round 1, the winner will leave the remaining 2 teams on the field for that golden goal playoff.
So who will be man of the match? Will the super speedy South Americans outpace the 8-legged Brits, or will the colossal Canadian linebackers scare them all into submission?
Let's play Pitball!
Here comes the ball, but they must wait for the flag.
And there it is! Octopus as quick as off the mark, but straight into the Canadians. But Tony has only one true target, that ball. Silky skills, and ooh!
It was a class move by the Octopus, collecting the ball, dribbling it with great skill, and then just taking a pump with a cheeky side kick. But he's just wide of the post. So it's back in with that ball for another centre kick. Oh, they're more keen on hitting each other. Now what's the Marabunta going to do here? The Marabunta's on the ball.
Or more like the ball's on the Marabunta. It's jammed on his front bumper. But he's taking full advantage of his possession. The Canadians try to steal it. But he's sticking to it. And it's over. Oh, but so is he.
The goal is disallowed because Nestor has piled over the goal line as well as the ball, and that's not in the rules. It was a great effort, but he's got to stay on that pitch. Here we go again. Roll in number 3. Will it be third time lucky? There we go.
And now the steel survivor fancies his chances.
Up the hill, but not near a goal.
But the Octopus wants a piece of that action. And so does the Marabunta. It's a menage a trois with a fiery ball as the piggy in the middle.
It's stuck on the bumper, isn't it?
The ball's got wedged on the Canadians' front again. But the Brits aren't letting it go either. And he's mounting the ball.
I don't see what anyone can do on it like that. Oh, that's a sweet tackle by the Chileans. Oh, but he's up on the ball too. Down, boy.
Ow! Bit of a grubby tackle by the Brits. Pick on someone your own size.
While they scuffle, the Canadians seize their chance. He's backing up the beast, and he's going for it. Oh, but it's a long way wide of the post.
The Brits are coming in. And it's another 3-way scuffle. Can the Marabunta make something of it this time?
Come on, Marabunta! But they've got a punctured tyre and seem to have run out of steam.
Surely someone has got to finish this off soon. That's a glorious tackle by the Marabunta. Can they go all the way?
It's great control up the hill.
But the Brits just take it off him. And score! Amazing!
It's not only a goal, it's a bit of a disaster. How on earth did that come off?
I don't know.
The Brits finally managed to seize that ball and put it between the goalposts to win the game. But as they were doing that, the Canadians attempted such an impossibly ambitious maneuver in their machine that they managed to spin one of their tracks completely off. And since the rules say that no repairs are allowed during a game, the Canadians are looking a bit toothless going into the second place playoffs.
Well, it's been a very exciting final at Pitfall. It's now time for round 2. Let's see what happens.
It's down to Canada and Chile to fight it out for second place. They're off! But with the Chileans' punctured tyres and the Canadians half trackless, it's a bit like watching in slow motion. I don't know if you didn't see the flag or something.
Come on, little marabunta.
Oh my word! Can he get enough traction up the hill with that one track?
Both vehicles are a bit of a tragic sight, but they've got to carry on till someone scores. Oh, but there goes the marabunta. No, he's gone over the goal line again.
That's twice now the Chileans have made the same mistake. They power the ball up and beautifully through the goalposts, but they just don't know when to stop, and the goal is again disallowed. There goes that ball once again.
But have either of those two limping invalids actually got what it takes to score?
Come on, Marabunta, you need this one. Oh, it's
The
just...
marabunta is a sorry sight. Come on, this is like watching your grandma trying to arm wrestle.
With just one track, the Canadians know they haven't the power to get a goal. So he's setting it up for the Chileans. Chivalry obviously isn't dead in Quebec. Come on. He's perfectly lined up, but has he got the power? Oh, not again.
Hell, the Canadians are on it. He tries a kick. And only misses by inches. Please, someone, put us out of this misery.
The Chileans have possession. Please make them do something with it. Yes! Goal! Thank the Lord! I thought we were going to die waiting for this one. It was torture to watch, but Chilean determination pays off eventually, to the massive relief of all concerned. It's a fantastic result for the Jugger viewers. Let's see what it does to the scores.
It was an epic struggle on the soccer field, but the Brits eventually proved they had 8 right feet and clinched that winner. They earned the big 3. The Chileans toiled to earn their second place and 2 points. And the Snowdiggers limp home, 1 track short of an armored tank, in 3rd place with 1.
So overall, any of our teams could still take home that trophy with only 1 point separating each of them. And after what they've been through so far, they all might need a visit to the workshop before the next game. Well, thanks to those silky skills, the Aquaholics are back on top. They like winning. They've done it before. Let's see how. The Aquaholics won every single game in their heat, but round 1 of their semi, King of the Hill, saw them struggling for the first time. But a tumble for the Aussies and a lack of horsepower for the Chinese meant they still came out top.
A slow start in bumper cars left them trailing the Aussies. But a steady run in Metropolis was enough to get them through to their second sumo.
And as in their heat, Octopush's superior weight and power proved too much for the opposition. Another convincing win for the Aquas, but will Octopush come to Octoshove for the 3rd time? You're the last British team in the competition. How important is holding that big old trophy aloft at the end of the day?
It'll be awesome if we do get it.
Would.
Yeah, would. Thank
Good
you.
luck in the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a typical Full Metal Challenge triathlon. First there's show jumping. Then on to soccer. And then on to the roller coaster. They've all done it before and they're all desperate to win, so we could see some records broken this time. That's coming up next. part of the game. Every single day, right now, I get to burn a car. Some team has worked so hard, and I take all their hard work, and I burn it, and I laugh, and I laugh.
No, not today.
No, I always burn cars
We're not
right
burning
here,
a car today.
right now.
Shh, calm down. We're not burning a car today. What we're going to do today is we're
I
going to
always burn
celebrate
cars.
the
I
achievements of
always light
all
up
our
on
winners.
fire.
We're going to put Henry in touch with his feminine side, and we're going to give them all medals that won't be on fire. So shut up, Henry.
I don't get to burn anything. Rip off.
So they're not going to the chimney, but we've still got to whittle our 3 teams down to 2 for sumo. And it's anyone's game. The Chileans are trailing with 3 points, the Canadians are in second with 4, and the Brits are uncharacteristically on top with 5 points.
We are in the finals of Full Metal Challenge. 2 games up, 2 more games to go. We are at the roller coaster. Our contestants will drive up, they'll drive down, but whatever they do, they better drive fast.
It's the same roller coaster we know and love. A third of a mile of every imaginable vertiginous assault. But today it's going to be more fun than ever because all 3 teams have taken this stomach-churning trip before. They know how it goes, so they know how they've got to go. And the simple rule is fast. But more importantly, they know the results here will decide who's going to sumo.
You're in second place, and I know that this is not your favorite race. So you think your vehicle's up to it?
I think I will do the best I can. We never know what can happen. Of course, depending on which other team comes first in this thing, it will change everything.
Well, drive fast, good luck.
Yes.
All
thank
right,
you.
man.
It's the only game that's seen the Steel Survivor struggle. Last time they turned in a distinctly unrecord-breaking 4 minutes and 44, almost 3 minutes slower than the other 2 teams. So what's he gonna do?
I think you make the
Just try finish.
Yeah.
Should finish.
Deep breath, and he's off. It's faster, but it's like watching a rhino do the 100-meter sprint. And how will the 3-ton brute handle our infamous bend? Last time they copped 2 penalties.
Oh, he's very hard.
He's doing amazingly well, but that could be a penalty up top there.
He might surprise you, yeah. Still on the track.
This is one intense piece of driving. And he's more than a minute quicker than his last time at the first time check. Amazing! All right. It takes all his strength just to keep control of the machine. And he skids it round the bend.
This is a great run in that vehicle.
Nice driving. Bam! And he's onto the bridge.
Come on, John, keep your head.
Great.
This is an amazing run. It's a vehicle not designed for this course.
No.
Oh, he needs to be careful coming down there. He's gained nearly another minute on his last time. With those skid brakes, he's having to physically pull that machine round, and it's like a heavyweight workout in there. But he's within sight of the finish. That is an amazing drive. And what a gutsy run. 3 minutes quicker than his last time.
Nice race.
That was a flabbergasting run. Look at him. It's like he ran it.
It's almost the same, I'm telling you.
This is a staggering time, I've got to tell you. It's 1 minute and 51 seconds for the run. 1 time penalty, meaning a total of 2 minutes 11, which is a lot less than half of your previous time. Okay, take it away. Let's see what the next lot can do.
Alcoholics are in the lead. Vehicle's in good shape.
Nah, not really, but
Well.
it'll do.
Gear up and have a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
The Aquaholics hold our roller coaster record, 1 minute 25 with just 1 time penalty. And Martin will be torn here between his natural instinct to go like a bat out of hell and his need not to break the machine before sumo.
Come on, come on, come on. I think the bat seems to be winning.
And he's taking it beautifully around the inverse camber bend. All 8 driving wheels clinging to the track.
Very steady. I'm not seeing any sign of yellow flaggage. Come on, Martin.
Go!
It's a good speed, but not as fast as his record time. Good sense is winning out.
Perfect.
Man, I hate that.
Go, Martin!
Yes, go on, Mark.
Perfectly done.
Woo! It's almost like he's done it before. He's up onto the bridge, and I think he's worried about all the damage they've already sustained today. So he's taking it very steady.
So far.
But maybe he's taking it too steady. He's barely 10 seconds quicker than the Canadians, and they're meant to be the slow ones on this. Absolutely beautiful.
Take it easy. Don't push it over.
Oh, he's losing time on the tipping bumps.
Good boy.
Cheer him home.
Good
Come
boy.
on.
Come on,
He's home quicker, but we're awaiting word on penalties.
Well done, mate.
Another beautiful penalty-free run.
Yes.
The
Well
time,
done.
1 minute 44 seconds.
Oh, that's not bad.
Hey,
Putting
well
you
done,
in
matey.
first place, and meaning that it all rests on the Desert Pumas.
Will they make it to sumo? Find out after the break.
Welcome back to the last run of the roller coaster in the Full Metal Challenge finals, and it's all up to the Desert Pumas.
Nestor, 1 minute and 44 seconds is the time to beat. Drive fast, drive safe. All right, man.
Last time, Nestor did a speedy 1 minute 28, so he's capable of a winning time here. But with the Canadians putting in a terrific time and the Aquaholics almost untouchable, there's huge pressure on the little Schumacher. There goes the Marathon.
It's looking good down the straight, but it's a clean run more than a fast one that Nestor and his team are after.
Stay on the track, stay on the track.
Oh no! He's come up on the inverse camber, and the Pumas know that could be disastrous. Out of the bend, he's trying to make up for that penalty time, and he's the fastest of the 3 at this point.
Here he comes.
Nice.
Beautifully done.
Remember, the Chileans need to make sure they beat the Canadians' time. He's making no mistakes on our 3-way.
Come on, Nestor. And not counting penalties, Nestor is still ahead on time coming into the last bend.
Oh, he's driving that great.
That's fantastic. Now it's just those tipping bumps to get over. Oh no, he's oversteered. That could be their death knell. Yes!
It's the winning time, but it will all come down to those penalties.
The time for the run was 1 minute and 34 seconds. However, there were 3 time penalties, meaning the total time for the run was 2 minutes and 34 seconds, which I think means the end of the line.
No te amargues. Yo vi 3 banderas en el otro y le contaron una.
Pedro. Well, we know the results for that run. Let's have a look at what it does to the scores.
So even the killer combo of the little Schumacher and the speedy Marabunta couldn't make magic this time. The Chileans come last and get the desultory single point. The Snowdigger's extraordinary run puts them in second with 2. And the Aquaholics are once again the big fish and pick up 3 points.
So it's the moment we've all been dreading. Time to bid farewell to one of our finalists, and it's the Chilean Desert Pumas. It's the end of the road for the Desert Pumas, but for our 2 survivors, it's the sumo finale. Oh! something's got to give. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the finale of Full Metal Challenge. And for the snow diggers and the aquaholics, it promises to be a night to remember.
This is the big one! The final with the best of the best! Here, in the sumo ring! Vehicular disorder of the highest order! This is the real bump and grind!
The rules are the same, but the hazards are worse than ever. We've got sharper spikes, slipperier logs, and a whole lot more balls. Only one team is walking away. In the blue corner, the intimidating Steel Survivor is a pretty formidable foe. 3 tons of raw power, surprising agility, and great traction. Its only weak point could be those tracks. If the Brits have their wits about them, they could be targeting them for an early knockout.
In the red corner, the Octopush wouldn't win any beauty pageants, especially weighing just under 3 tons. But 2 meaty engines give superb power and a top speed of over 100. By way of Achilles' heel, it's got 8 of them. Tires, that is, to go bang on our spikes.
This all-out heavyweight clash really is for all the marbles. But who will take the FMC gold? Canada or Britain? As if we haven't put you through enough. Now this.
I'm going to get you for this.
Well, the end is in sight. You know that all of Britain will be rooting for you.
Cheers.
Make it beautiful.
No pressure.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Ben, I would like to congratulate you and your team for making it all the way to the finals. You've been here before. This is your 3rd time to sumo, and you know how hardcore of a game it is.
It's hard.
Yeah. So, do you have a strategy to beat that vehicle next to you?
Just find the good time to purchase it.
Well, best of luck to you. This is
Thank
going to be
you.
a great one.
I think.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Each round of this final fuel-filled face-off will last for 2 minutes, or until someone surrenders, is incapacitated, or shoved out of the biggest black ring.
Let's play sumo! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sumo! And straight away, the Canadians have got behind the Brits. This could be trouble. But the Octopush isn't having any of it. And again, he smashes him. And look at the state of those tracks. And again.
His hands are in the air! But Benoit's in trouble. He's got his hands up. The Steel Survivor seems to be paralysed, and as the Octopush comes on his ramming mission, Benoit's not sure he likes the look of it, and he makes the international gesture of surrender. But it turns out that Benoit didn't mean to surrender. He just wanted to say that the vehicle wasn't working and he wanted to stop and fix it. That's not going to go down well with the revs.
You're okay. Right. Yeah, there's no reason to stop. It's dead, it's dead. We keep going, we keep going. Start it up.
That told him. So this won't be a full restart, they'll just pick up where they left off. And if Benoit's hands go up again, that's it for Canada. But the restart hasn't cured the Steel Survivor, he's still not moving.
And he can only sit there as the Brits deliver the punches. And deliver them again and again. And again. And there's a limit to how much even a Steel Survivor can take. This time, it really is all over for Canada.
It wasn't the way anyone would want to win sumo, let alone the last sumo of the championship, but you've got to hand it to those aquaholics. They just didn't give up and mangled those Canadian tracks with hit after hit after hit.
And from 27 machines which started out, it was the Octopush that beat them all.
We gave 27 teams 1 month to build an ultimate endurance vehicle from the ground up and bring it to Full Metal Challenge. We made them drive up mountains. We made them drive through fire. We put their vehicles into states of screaming vehicular agony. 3 teams managed to make it to the finals.
So let's hear it for our bronze medalists, the Chilean Desert Pumas!
Yeah!
Congratulations!
Right on!
Pedro!
Yeah!
Chile! Chile!
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank
Good
you!
one. You got it.
The Desert Pumas!
And our silver medalists, the French-Canadian Snow Diggers!
The amazing Benoit! Congratulations!
Good one.
Congratulations!
Good one.
Congratulations!
Good one.
For the undisputed champions of Full Metal Challenge, the British